ride every year with my mom. Last year, my bestie joined us, and it was a good time. Let me know in the comments where you'll be on the route. And for those who have no idea what I'm talking about or what's going on, watch this clip.
History books. Come here, let me stretch y'all out right fast, because this New Orleans hood history, and I can't tell you about Mardi Gras without telling you about the Zulu parade. The Zulu crew was the first black parade in Mardi Gras. And before y'all start, this is not blackface. This is Zulu warrior face paint. The Zulus was named after an African warrior tribe. The crew of Zulu didn't have money for masks when they first started, and they was mandatory, so they used the Zulu face paint instead. Now you might see white people in the Zulu parade, but it's homage and not disrespect. A dude named John L. Matoya started this parade to be the blackest parade in Mardi Gras. So he threw African spears and coconuts off the float, and to catch a coconut, oh yes, you'll be fighting over one. And everybody from New Orleans know the best place to catch the Zulu is on Orleans Avenue, but you better be careful fighting over them coconuts. Zulu roll at 8 a.m., so get up and start drinking your hangover away early.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's your favorite part-time YouTuber, Crow, and we have to talk about one of my favorite things to see, and it happens every few months on Twitter, or I guess X now, and it's when Black Twitter and African Twitter remember each other exist, and they just go for the throat. It is insane, it is kind of funny, and it is what I would call deeply racist, but I have been reassured by prominent members of the black community that black people can't actually be racist.
Take it from author and academic Michael Eric Dyson.
Racism presupposes the ability to control a significant segment of the population economically, politically, and socially by imposing law, covenant, and restriction on their lives. Black people ain't had no capacity to do that. Can we be bigoted? Yes. Can we be prejudiced? Yes. Racist? No.
So I'm going to guess that everything I show you on screen is going to be A-okay with the progressive agenda. But for those of you who are completely unaware, essentially during Mardi Gras in New Orleans, there is something called the Zulu Parade. This has been going on for more than 100 years. It's not a recent thing, but people in South Africa finally became aware of it because, you know, the prominence of social media. This video got posted by a South African who was a little bit upset, and I'm going to play you the people from the parade, and then I'm going to play you the actual Zulu people from South Africa, and maybe you'll be able to understand like why they might be a little bit upset about this.
Yeah, let me get 2 quick pics in the... Donnell, that's you? Boy, look at you, boy, looking like...
You may have noticed something with the face, okay? I mean, it is blackface, okay? It is straight up blackface.
Shit.
Like hardcore blackface. They're wearing these like grass skirts. They're dancing around, right? This is the Zulu Parade, right? That's the Zulu Parade, Mardi Gras in New Orleans. Anyways, let me show you like the South African Zulu dance, right? Like the people from South Africa, the actual Zulu people. This is them doing a traditional dance, wearing their, you know, traditional clothes. So again, just to be clear, I can understand why if you are one of the Zulu people or you're someone who lives in South Africa and is probably very aware of the Zulu people, that you would find this like really offensive, right? Like you would, because they are essentially, in a way, I mean, basically mocking your culture. And to be very clear, the video I played at the start was a guy talking about how this was like traditional Zulu warrior face paint. I mean, that was a complete lie. The dude just completely made that up. It is blackface. It is a minstrel show.
My love, when I look deep in your eyes, I find my own destiny.
That is how the Zulu parade began. And to be clear, it wasn't like they were doing it because they think blackface is funny and they were, deliberately trying to mock black people. They had to do it because that was the only way that they'd be able to participate in Mardi Gras. But, now you're in 2025, you don't have to do that anymore, and you are using the name of an actual people who still exist in Africa, and you're doing blackface while you're dancing around in this stereotypical African tribal gear. Like, come on. And again, it begins in 1909, and it's actually because of a skit, like an actual minstrel show called "There Never Was and Never Will Be a King Like Me." That's where this all comes from. That's why they adopted the Zulu name. It is a minstrel show. It is blackface.
Guys, now might be a good time to do our Lethal Weapon 5 reshoots.
Why would we do reshoots on that? That movie was perfect.
Yeah, I was great in it, and my villain was very evil.
Yeah, no, you did a great job, Frank. I'm not talking about that. Your villain was amazing. I'm referring more to the blackface of it all.
What's wrong with the blackface?
I understand the justifications. I understand the arguments. I'm pointing it all out for you people. Now, again, the initial tweet from the person was just found out there's a Zulu parade in New Orleans. Yeah, I'm trying to wrap my head around this. That was the initial tweet. The response they got was nuts, though. Stay out of New Orleans if you don't understand. Y'all love to party with us, but when you don't understand, you talk shit. Let us party how we do, and y'all stay the fuck where y'all at. It's simple, because we don't give a fuck about what y'all do in y'all cities. Come on. If there was, I'm just being, totally honest. If there was a city, okay, a city in South Africa where they got together and they were doing blackface, stereotypical ghetto hood rat behavior, right? Doing a whole parade where they were just, mocking the ever-loving crap out of black Americans and their culture, people over here would lose their minds, and they would have every right to. Just like the people in South Africa have every right to lose their minds about you doing blackface while you're claiming to be doing a Zulu parade. It's kind of nuts. South Africa, let's wrap this shit up by noon. The quicker you realize that New Orleans doesn't give a fuck, the quicker you can get back to your giraffes and zebras.
That's racist.
Jazz Fest is coming up. Y'all are going to be pissed again. Welcome to the internet. Get back to your giraffes and zebras. I'm pretty sure South Africa, if I'm not mistaken, is the wealthiest or one of the wealthiest nations in Africa. Africa is a massive continent, and I'm not going to show the videos, but a lot of people that were on the anti South African side were spamming out videos of people in Africa eating monkeys and eating meerkats and such, and I was those aren't South Africans. Those are, I'm pretty sure, West and Central Africans, the same people who were the ancestors of Black Americans, because that's where the slave trade ran through. I don't even know why I'm explaining this to people, because it's not like anyone actually gives a shit. They really don't. But the crazy thing is, and I gotta find the reply. Hold on. Okay, it's right here. This not even a new parade. We were paying homage to folks we thought were our family. Obviously not, and that's cool. Y'all are barbarians anyways. We are not the same.
About your clan's power, you chigger. Did he just call me a chigger?
This is nuts. This is crazy. And well, for one, why would you think that the Zulu people were your I mean, I have a feeling that there's probably some sort of idea that Africa is the homeland, and there's this massive misunderstanding that Africa is this massive place with a whole group of different people, and they have very different cultures, and it's not just oh, we're all from Africa and we're all the same. I know there's the Pan-African movement. I'm not going into that, but again, very different cultures, very different people, and why would you? Okay, fine, whatever, but you thought that it was paying homage to put on blackface and wear stereotypical African tribal gear? That's not paying homage. It's a straight up mockery. And this is again straight up goes straight for the most racial stuff possible. I would say racist, but again, I have been assured black people cannot be racist, certainly not against other black people. Now, there is something I thought was kind of interesting. This person went interesting interestingly, South Africa has a Cape Town minstrel carnival, caps clops. This parade, dating back to the mid-19th century, celebrates slaves' mockery of masters. How ironic that this is the same goal that sparked our New Orleans Zulu tradition here. Tisk tisk. Big difference. Like, if you want to, I think I saw one photo where someone had darkened their skin a little bit, but it was literally one dude who supposedly is at this parade. But like, you want to argue that this is the same as this? Like, you're really gonna argue that and that are the same thing? That's nuts to me. That is such a major cope. It really is. I don't know how this, I understand the argument behind it. I kind of think it's cope. I kind of think it's bullshit. I really do. And even the people promoting this parade didn't actually understand the reason why they were wearing blackface. Like, you saw the video, the one guy talking about the parade, the one girl talking about how she's taking part in the Zulu parade. These individuals had no idea this was about mocking the white people in New Orleans back in the 1900s or whatever reasoning or excuse they came up with. They had no idea. They thought they were wearing Zulu warrior face paint.
And before y'all start, this is not blackface. This is Zulu warrior face paint.
Black Americans are literally hated by everyone else. It's very disheartening. We built a country that doesn't respect us, and we are despised by the country we allegedly descended from. That shit is sad for real. We never stood a chance. Now, many of you are probably wondering, like, Crow, why are you talking about this? You are obviously not black. And yeah, I realized that about halfway into recording this video.
Wait a minute. I'm white.
Where you going? Don't you ignore me. This is a perfectly good moment to throw your life away.
But like, also, it's still entertaining to watch this stuff happen. It's still crazy how it went from like 0 to 100 on racial attacks, like right off the jump, just because of a post saying, found out there's a Zulu parade in New Orleans. Yeah, I'm trying to wrap my head around this. And they went straight to calling them barbarians, tell them to go mess with their giraffes and zebras, like right off the jump. As this person goes, so they do blackface and mock Zulu culture, but they are the victims. Okay. And I'm laughing at this. Because it's kind of crazy to me, right? Like, I get the argument that it's not actually about mocking the Zulu people or their culture, and the argument that it has nothing to do with the Zulu people. But like, the problem is, and let me play it again for you guys.
And for those who have no idea what I'm talking about or what's going on, watch this clip.
And before y'all start, this is not blackface. This is Zulu warrior face paint.
You can clearly see that there are people who are participating in this parade, putting on the blackface and everything, who have no clue that it has nothing to do with the Zulu people, who actually think the blackface is Zulu warrior face paint. Like, those are the people that are participating in this parade. Even they think that it's about honoring the Zulu people, or whatever the hell it is. So like, you can't make the argument that this has nothing to do with the Zulu people. It clearly does. But if you don't want to do anything about it, that's fine. Fair game. Just be honest. Don't lie.
Larry, do you still wet the bed? It's actually kind of fun.
No.
Oh, God.
What? Let me explain. I drink lots of water and I have a small bladder.
I just don't understand why it's an issue if South Africans voice that they're offended by a misrepresentation of their culture. Black Americans never shy away from saying when they are offended. No critical thinking is being used there. Well, a couple things. One, because South African Twitter users are just as willing to play in the mud and start throwing shit around. Like this user. Now, the person they're responding to has been suspended from Twitter because they made some other post about South Africans that apparently crossed the line. But in response to a comment about black culture, how black people here have culture, This South African girl posted this image, which if you need me to explain it to you, I don't know what to tell you guys. It's pretty obvious what they are saying, but don't worry, it actually gets even worse, because the guy goes like, dressed like a Black American woman making fun of Black Americans, the jokes write themselves. My dear, the first people to make paper, fabric, and wigs were African. We were weaving material to make clothes. I mean, that's actually all fair. And this person goes, you are because we are, LOL, okay. So anything negative you have to say about us, because it's true about you too, that's fair. And this guy goes, it's because your empty brains decided to be unproductive.
Referred to African Americans. What exactly is your problem?
How much time you got, buddy? Where would I start? Well, first of all, they're lazy, good-for-nothing tricksters, crack-smoking swindlers.
Oh, like South Africans are just as willing to go down in the mud and throw it, and like in some ways, I think they go even farther. Like I really do. There it goes. Like I'll say it once, I'll say it again. Africans hate Black Americans more than white people. Wrong. South Africans hate Black people more than white people do. That's like 100% true. Like this person whose comment I can't even read.
There's one more thing I need you to know before I finish you. The best type of Uchiger is a dead Uchiger.
You can see it on the screen, okay? Saying that the West Africans, they're saying that they can respect West Africans because they think that they sold their own people for a reason. This is why. Like straight up, this is why I think the reaction to like actual blackface mocking the Zulu people is not being taken super seriously, because like South African Twitter users are like the most racist people possible. Except, of course, you can't be racist if you're Black attacking other Black people. Although, like, I don't know, man. I like this has to be racist, right? Like would a progressive person actually argue that this comment is okay to make? Like there's nothing racist about saying that you would literally sell them to? Like, come on. This is nuts. But this is what I mean. When Black Twitter and South African Twitter specifically go and start butting heads, it is totally unhinged. It is way worse than anything a white person would say, because like I don't think white people have the balls to say some of this stuff. I really don't. Okay, guys, you let me know what you think in the comments section, and let me know the next time something like this happens, if I should do another video on it, because I'm telling you, it's always fun. And don't get me wrong, I wish I had jumped on this a little bit sooner, because a lot of the accounts got banned. By the time I did the recording, they were suspended, because like I'm telling you, totally, absolutely, and completely unhinged.